Alright guys, this plum Simu Liu is back. The famous victim. Victim of all victims. He's back. Saw this. Wanted to talk about it. Simu Liu talks lack of opportunities since Shang-Chi. Bob Chapek branding the movie an experiment and more. I haven't even read what he said. And I know this is going to be comedy gold. Because this guy just plays the victim non-stop. Non-stop. It's so infuriating. So infuriating. So, well worth checking out. We know it's going to be good. Thought we would take a look. So, let's take a look. Apparently, it's an interview with a Hollywood Reporter. Simu Liu talked candidly about the lack of opportunities he's received as an Asian actor in Hollywood and his surprise that his MCU debut didn't open more doors. That's right, ladies and gents. Straight away, must be because he's Asian. Couldn't possibly be the fact that he's not a massively great actor. And Hollywood on a whole has not been doing very well. Yeah, couldn't possibly be that, could it? Nope. Anyway, so asked what he wishes he knew before Shang-Chi, Liu replied that it's a marathon and success is defined by longevity more than just the bigness of a single moment. That's a fair point. I'll give him that. That's a fair point. And then with a caveat that it's going to be a lot harder for you than if you were white. The victim. The victim. He strikes again. That's right. It's because he's Asian. It's because he's Asian. So, again, just to reiterate, and then with a caveat that it's going to be a lot harder for you than if you were white. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's right, ladies and gents. That's right. Because if you're white, life's easy for you. It's life on easy mode if you're white. Shut up. Maybe that's a controversial thing to say or a hot take. No, we've heard this from you before, and you do this all the time just to try and play the victim, and people are over it now, mate. People are over it. But I've watched a lot of actors' careers over the past few years since I've had my moments. Yes, mate, it's because you're not a very good actor. I hate to break it to you. You're not a very good actor. You don't really have a great deal of charisma. And also, your conduct outside of acting puts your movies at risk. Does anyone remember the time Simu Liu was on, like, is it Shark Tank in the States? Or whatever it is. And someone was like, hey guys, do you want to invest in my boba tea? And he was like, bubble tea. And he was like, you're culturally appropriate in bubble tea, mate. I'm not going to invest in this. It's like, right. Well, I hope you take off your suit, Simu Liu, because suits are not Chinese. Hate to break that to you, boy. You racist fuck. I hate this clown. What an idiot. What an idiot. You're not a good actor, mate. That's why you're not getting opportunities. So he continued further, playing the victim, of course. Seeing firsthand just why a system is made and why a system helps a certain type of actor. That once they get their moment, it becomes infinitely easier for them to get their next and then their next. So, let's break that down. Seeing firsthand just why a system is made and why a system helps a certain type of actor. What system are you talking about? Hollywood? What system are you talking about? Good actors tend to get more roles, yeah. Actors that aren't PR disasters tend to get more roles, yeah. Yeah. I mean, is it because you think Hollywood as a system is racially biased towards white people? Well, Hollywood is, and America is, for all intents and purposes, a white country. Although, white people in America, you are almost the minority. Check that out. Those statistics are worrying. But, by and large, it's a white country. So, should work in favour of the majority ethnic natives You know, I don't see you complaining about India and Bollywood and going, with too many Indians in Bollywood, mate. Simu Liu, where's your complaining about Chinese films, boy? No, we're not going to complain about Chinese people in Chinese films and the lack of white representation. No, convenient. That has not been the case for me at all. I still very much feel like I have an uphill battle every single day. Yeah, mate, it's because you're fucking insufferable. You're an insufferable douche. Like, the world isn't out to get you, mate. You are actually just insufferable. You're an asshole. The things that come across my desk, I don't know if this is the best stuff for me. I wish it were better. So, beggars can't be choosers, mate. Beggars can't be choosers. Don't sit there and be like, well, there's stuff coming across my desk. I want some better stuff. Yeah, I mean, cool. And I want to win the lottery. It doesn't mean I'm going to. Twat. Anyway, making it clear that he's grateful for the opportunities he's had, Liu explained that he's primarily been offered smaller projects, supporting characters and villains, but very rarely a leading man role. Once Shang-Chi came out and had the moment that it did, I was a little surprised by how few #1 roles came across my desk. Again, beggars can't be choosers, shut up. Whereas if it had happened to somebody else, a different actor who looked differently, I think those offers would have come a lot quicker and more abundantly. Man, you are just the racist. You are just the racist. You see everything through a racial lens. Everything. Literally everything. You're like, all right, well, those people got that role because they're white. Comical, because all I see is race swaps, funnily enough. But all right, don't worry about it, mate. Liu isn't pulling a Zachary Levi here by bemoaning his star power. I mean, he is, but all right. And remains humble while trying to shine a spotlight on a bigger issue with the lack of representation in the industry. Mate, like, Chinese people are like 3% or whatever of the population. Probably, I don't know. They're tiny. They're a tiny population in America. So actually, the representation's pretty good. You've got your representation, mate. Actually, you fanny. I don't mean to say that I was the reason why Shang-Chi succeeded. Yeah, you definitely weren't. Like, it came at a time when Marvel was just doing well. Now it's doing bad. Yes, it was a Marvel movie, but it was a completely unknown hero within that universe. No, it wasn't. And had very little to do with the other characters. It's a self-contained origin story. Pretty much all of them are self-contained origin stories. You gigantic vagina. And to have it come out at a time during COVID, when people weren't even allowed to sit in adjacent seats in a movie theatre, and to still, you know, do what it did. And again, it's something that I had a small amount to do with. No, you didn't. Like, people hated you on the lead up to that movie. But I think in a world where nothing is surefire bet, someone would at least be like, oh, let's put this guy in something else. Let's see what he's got. No, mate. Beggars can't be choosers. Shut up. And it's not that I haven't worked. I'm grateful for a lot of the projects that I've done. But to be clear, the Copenhagen test is my first lead role since Shang-Chi. Well, just be happy then. Just be happy, mate. I want, 500,000 views every video. I'm happy with whatever views I get. It's nice. It's great to get views. Like, it's great that people are interested in what I say. It's great that you've got a lead role. Stop being an insufferable douche. I just remember there was so much uncertainty around that release. Our industry is so obsessed with tracking and estimates, and we were getting such low estimates. Bob Chapek was going on an investor call and being like, it's an experiment. It was an experiment. Anyway, he goes a little bit further and talks about a sequel. He says, they do call. I have no idea when they're going to call. And then we work it out. I loved what we did. That's what he said 4 years out. People remind me of every single day when things succeed in this industry, no matter who's the lead. I generally like to think that Hollywood is smart enough to do more of that. Amazing. You are, honestly, the biggest bitch in Hollywood. You are quintessential Hollywood insufferable douche canoe. That's why you're not getting roles, because you're not a great actor, right? You're not a horrendous actor, but you're not a great actor. right? You're not a great actor. You're fine. But primarily, outside of acting, you have the charisma of, I don't know, like a half beaten to death dog. And you're just an arsehole. A PR nightmare.